Hey everybody, and welcome to another video for Two True Views. And today's topic is E3. Alright guys, so today we're looking over E3. We did do a video admittedly yesterday, but we had some technical difficulties, so yeah. We watched the conference yesterday. It is now Wednesday today. South Park. They did show off South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I can't remember in the prediction video if you said... I know you questioned it whether they would. Yeah. And I was like, nah, they probably won't. Matt and Trey would have said something. But when it did turn up, I was like watching it and I was like, oh, what's this? And then Cartman came on. I was like, South Park! I was like, oh my god, it's South Park! I was like, yeah, it's there!
It's the best part of the conference. They should have ended with that.
Yeah.
That would have, like, literally ended the conference on a buzz. They would have been like, actually, that was pretty good.
Yeah. And it's out this year.
On my, near my birthday.
Yeah.
3 days
December 9th is out, isn't it?
December 6th.
Oh, it's
my birthday's December 10th, so it was like 4 days between.
Right. Ah, okay.
So it's gone from your birthday to mine.
Yeah. But it looked hilarious.
I can't wait.
The crowd really, like, received it well as well. They were constantly laughing.
He was obviously digging at Marvel a lot with the Civil
they're
Wars
doing Civil War, DC.
Superheroes fight all the time. That's their thing, right? They fight each other.
Yeah.
It's not a new thing.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
I'm really
I pre-ordered it straight away. I pre-ordered it straight away.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I obviously didn't see the Xbox, so
that was a good conference.
Do you want to comment anything on that? In
particular? I did do a little video on our Facebook page. About it.
There will be. I'll leave a link down below for the Facebook page, so if you want to go on that, you can check out your initial reactions.
Xbox had a good conference. I mean, at first I thought, wow, they've come up with their gun swinging. I didn't think that Sony. I thought Sony would have a hard time beating it. Obviously, they didn't have a hard time beating it. They beat it hands down. But they showed some good stuff. I mean, Gears of War looks awesome.
Gears 4 now?
Yeah, Gears 4. Yeah, looks really good. They've really gone back to the way it was in the first game, and props to them. It looks really cool. There's not a lot. Else
I mean, from looking at the list, there's a lot of stuff that is already out or we already know.
Yeah, sure. The only one I really want to comment on is this indie game called We Happy Few. If you get a chance, go look at it. It's very Bioshock-esque, but it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life, and it looks awesome. The story's kind of like Equilibrium-esque, where people are going to take these happy pills.
Right.
But when they take them, they're like this. Have you taken your happy pills? And it's creepy.
Yeah, see you later.
But the guy you play doesn't want to take them, and then they find out, like Equilibrium, and they're like, he's a traitor or whatever, and they're all after you with these creepy big smiles, and it looks awesome. It does look good.
Right, so Sony conference. Normally there's always the question of the balance, like how much are they going to talk about the hardware, how much are they going to do the games. They didn't talk about the Vita at all.
Not mentioned once.
So I'm not necessarily saying they're done with it, but I think they knew that nobody really cared.
Do you know what's really funny about that? There's a fake Twitter account called CEO Kazarai, who was obviously the old executive for Sony. He put a tweet out after the Sony's conference saying the orchestra is now staying to play for the funeral of the Vita. I thought that was quite good.
Kind of accurate though. Yeah, I think they would wise not to bring it up because it's not worked for them, is it?
No, it's dead.
No mention of the 4.5 console.
No,
which I was a bit surprised at, but I think it was wise for them not to because we already know about it. And until you're like ready to show it and tell us more stuff, you don't need to say.
That's the thing.
They've got other opportunities in the year to bring it up.
Do you know what I honestly think? I honestly think they've gone back to the drawing board with it. They've seen Microsoft, because Microsoft's console is the specs of it, the Scorpio, is more powerful than the rumoured specs for the PS4.5.
Right. Okay.
So I think they've kind of gone, oh well, we didn't think they were going to do that. Well, we can't release a 4.5 with half the specs of the Xbox. We can't do that. So they probably, I honestly think they've gone back to the drawing board with that, and that's why they didn't announce anything.
Yeah. Okay. The VR, they showed a lot of game stuff for it, But in terms of actually talking about the VR itself, they only said the date
and the price.
That's
all you need to know.
And that was it. They spent about 2 minutes on it.
I don't want to know like what the technology's behind it. I want to know how much it is and when I can get it. And that's what they did. So
they did really well in just sticking to like 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then moved on to gaming. It was all just complete game. Really, wasn't it?
It was like shotgun blast, shotgun blast, shotgun blast. It was like,
and that's like it wasn't like let's talk to the developer. The developer's going to explain it. I think only like 2 or 3 devs actually came out.
Yeah, we don't need that. I mean,
and that was purely just to say, I'm making this game. Here's what it is. They didn't even talk that much.
No, and that was great. The games spoke for themselves, and that's what I liked about it. Like the whole thing with the developers talking about the games. Do it after the show. Do it backstage.
Yeah.
If people want to watch it, they'll go look for it. Don't force people to watch it when they're waiting for the next game.
Well, that's the thing. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube, which there's still probably stuff going on today because it's from the 14th to the 16th. So there's still probably stuff today. So if you do want to go on YouTube, there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be up there today as well.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's their time to talk properly.
I think we've got a couple of points that the main ones that we want to talk about.
There's stuff we want to specifically talk about. There's other stuff which we'll just say was announced. We probably will miss 1 or 2 things because
I mean, you can go back to the conference.
If we didn't feel like the need to, we probably didn't write it down. But they started off with new God of War, simply called God of War.
Looks awesome.
I think everyone in the theatre watching it, and me and you watching it, were like, oh my god, like, it's God of War. Like, it looked fantastic.
Yes.
They very seamless transition as well from, like, the introduction sort of video.
Yeah.
Like, this cutscene into the actual gameplay itself.
Yeah, well, it goes back to, I think, God of War used to be the technical spectacle for the consoles, didn't it? You'd play God of War and go, wow, this looks awesome. I think Uncharted and The Last of Us have changed that now.
Yeah.
They've now set that bar, which is why this game has kind of meet that bar.
I mean, looks-wise, I mean, obviously it's early days, but looks-wise, I reckon it can match it easily.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That looked...
For the first time ever, I'm really excited for a God of War game.
And I think that's the thing. I think with this, is it's going to be good for people who are already existing fans of the franchise. They're like, it looks amazing. And I think this is going to appeal to people who haven't played it before. And that's the thing, if you've obviously got... It's not a reboot, but it sort of is. Yeah. In the sense that if it's focused on after all the previous stuff, fine, some of them may not understand references. But if it's more focused on the child, maybe, and him teaching him stuff, that's going to be brand new for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be like an early... Last thing like you mentioned before,
yeah.
I think.
So that would be cool. Also, just in terms of the fighting for it,
Dark Souls, very like that.
It was
hit,
yeah.
roll,
It wasn't
roll
just like craziness, combo-y stuff like before.
This is what I think about.
It was more impactful hits.
Yeah, definitely.
And like when he threw the axe at one point, and just the guy just went straight into it. I was like, sweet.
Yeah,
but it was
definitely.
awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
This is the thing with the old God of War, where Kratos was just not a very compelling character, and you had all these like combos with the chains and stuff, and you were almost invincible to the point when you're fighting bosses where you got hit. It's like, that's fine, I can just hit you more, and you get healed or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one, it feels like more Dark Soulsy, where you're hitting something, and then as soon as he hits you, like your health's gone. It's like, whoa, I need to roll away and dodge his attacks.
Which we saw him dodging a lot. Of stuff.
Looks good. Really good.
No. Obviously, it's the first time we've seen it, so there was no announcement on dates or anything. They didn't say like when roughly it would come either.
They don't put
but we
pressure
reckon
themselves.
it's no. But do you reckon it's probably going to be end of next year?
Yeah, it'd be a fall 2017.
I did say in the predictions I wanted to see some kind of Last Guardian stuff because they keep going on off. Yeah. They needed to be more fluid. That we needed to see more stuff, and I was like, long shot. We need to know roughly when it's coming out. They didn't say roughly, they gave an exact date. Yeah. October the 25th this year. Yeah. Which I was really shocked
Honestly, with that game, I don't think we need to see any more.
No.
Because it kind of takes away from the story if you see more of it.
Yeah. I mean, they showed like a really snippet part, didn't they?
Short trailer, date. That's all we needed. Great.
They showed off a new thing, Days Gone, which looked a bit Sons of Anarchy at first.
The first trailer made it look awesome, and I remember saying when it came out, I want to see more of that.
Yeah, it looked like it looked quite The Last of Us-esque when they showed it at the start. just in terms of his movement and just the way he was talking and stuff like that. For me, it just made me think of The Last of Us. And then they showed us stuff to end it, and it basically seemed really Dead Rising-y, but terrible. Like, I went from Days Gone to Interest Gone.
Yeah.
I was like...
They have oil filters and magically fit guns for suppressors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he started shouting when he was suppress his pistol, so avoids the...
What's the point?
Infinite ammo in his assault rifle.
Yeah. I mean, that could technically just be for the trailer.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, like, you can't pull out and it just goes like, and clicks into place. I was like, oh, that's convenient. Which I know games are convenient, but that was a bit
It's a cool idea, but like, make like at least mod it a little bit.
And then go, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
So. It's like, what was the point? What was the point in suppressing the gun?
I even said at one point, when they showed that video, I thought, I'm so glad that this is not Resident Evil 7. Because it was just lackluster for me.
Like, the like zombie-ish things chasing him. Rather than just running, he kept turning around to shoot more. And I was like, okay. But they were like right in his face. I was like, dude, why are you not just running? And the way that he stopped them sometimes, it was a bit stupid. Like, he put a bar down at one point.
There's a very World War Z.
And they're like, all trying to go. I was like,
he was running past them as well.
Can they not just climb over it or go under it? Yeah. But instead they ended up climbing over each other to get past it. I was like, really? It was just a bit silly.
He ran through the zombies. They didn't attack him.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the trailer, they basically, all these zombies surround him, do like a World War Z thing where they climb up each other to try and get to him. And I just thought, they're not going to hurt him anyway. He's just going to run through them.
I don't know. I mean, I've sort of lost interest in zombie stuff anyway because there's just so much going on of it. Yeah, it just didn't really resonate to me. I was a bit like,
which is why for me, I know we're going to skip a bit, but that's why Resident Evil 7 was so appealing to me, because zombies aren't scary now and they're everywhere, and like.
Well, just going on Resident Evil then. It was interesting because they showed it off as part of the VR. Yeah. Well, it was sort of what led into the VR.
Yeah, because it said playable in VR, full experience. So I was like, okay, well, VR.
So you can play it with or without, because they did then show a demo, which you've now since played. You played it last night.
I played it without the VR.
So I'll put a thing for that at the end of the video. What did you think of it playing it? Because now you can actually talk from experience.
Genuine, Resident Evil is relevant again. It's scary. It is, for the first time ever, it is a scary game. And watch me play it, like, I got terrified now, shaking, I was sweating.
It's like, very like Outlast.
Yes, they definitely take inspiration from Outlast and PT, because those games are scary now. That's the point. Like, why make a over-the-shoulder shooting zombies game which isn't scary when there are games made by studios with less money doing better than you? Like.
Well, that's the thing, because it's first person, I think that's where they benefit as well.
Yes.
Because you're constantly, like, turning around, watching yourself, and you genuinely feel scared. Like, when I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh my god. And even when we watched the trailer for it, you jumped at one point, didn't you?
Definitely. I think for me as well, is you've got no weapon. Like, in the other Resident Evils, you've got all this ammo, and you've got all these cool weapons who can kill zombies in one hit. In this, you've got no weapons. So if something comes and attacks you, you're going to die. And you do feel
Which I think is good, because that's what you need. You need the fear of, like, this is genuinely something, if I mess up, I'm dead. But yeah, it was good. It was good to see them changing the direction that they've obviously been on before.
Yeah, it's refreshed. It's definitely needed. It's still in the canon.
Yeah.
That's why it's Resident Evil 7. So we're going to get links to, like, Umbrella or whatever. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Cool. But that's definitely, I think, back on the radar. I mean, Resident Evil never really fell off the radar, but I think it's definitely more.
I think for the first time ever, when Resident Evil 6 was shown at the E3 3 years ago, whatever it was, I literally went, well, this is the first Resident Evil game I'm not excited about at all.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. I got it recently for Steam because it was like £1, but.
Yeah. Okay, so while we're on topic of VR stuff, Batman. They showed off a little VR specific thing, which is by Rocksteady.
This is the thing. I don't know whether, with the VR stuff, whether they're doing it to cut down costs, so the games would be like 15 quid, but they're shorter experiences. Or whether they've regulated to say, right, they can't be any more than an hour, because people will get ill or whatever from doing it. They haven't made it clear, but all the games so far
seem quite
short. Or little experiences.
Well, I mean, Res 7 though, that's not going to be though.
That's going to be that's the first one that's a full game experience. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
But I mean, the idea of a Batman game with VR sounds really cool, so I'll be curious to see more of it. But they announced that. They did announce a Call of Duty thing with VR. Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, there was a VR thing, like a DLC exclusive VR mission.
Apparently it's standalone.
Oh, it is standalone, is it?
I've been since told that it's not part of Battlefront, it's just a standalone Battlefront VR mission.
Right, okay. But again, that's the thing, they all tend to be like standalone, like mini missions, things, don't they? So that Call of Duty one, who knows? They also showed Horizon Zero Dawn again. Mm-hmm. This is the prehistoric game that has all like the technology with the creatures.
Mech dinosaurs.
Yeah, I thought again, brilliant showing for that.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought at first it was just going to be a trailer,
I did as
but
well.
then they actually showed proper gameplay, which took quite a bit from that. They zoomed out on the map at one point. The map seemed relatively big, so it looks again. Is it going to be like a Tomb Raider thing where you've got specific places to go, but they all connect?
I think it'd be more like Witcher 3, where you can...
I was going to say, or is it going to be open world?
Yeah, would be like that.
Because it reminded me of Assassin's Creed at one point as well, where they were showing... Oh, where you said Witcher, I haven't played that, but where they were showing where specific things were, and she wanted to go and get something, so she just went and followed where it was on the map.
Sure.
There was like a bowl... Like
the mount, wasn't it? The
yeah, it was like a broad head. Yeah, looks a bit like a bull. She was fighting that, and then she like stuck its head with a staff thing and reprogrammed it, so it was on his side, so she could use it as a mount. Which I thought that's cool. So I'd be interested to see
if you can do that.
If you can do that with stuff just to fight alongside you, or if it is just a thing to mount.
But yeah, I think it's just for mounts, purpose for obeying you and stuff. But
the enemy seemed really cool though. Like it seemed like a legit threat. It was good that it also changed how it reacted compared to what she was doing.
Yeah.
So we saw it like close range trying to do stuff. We saw when she started going further away, it was jumping towards her, it was throwing stuff at her.
Yeah, destroying buildings.
When she went on the mount, it was just throwing brick after brick, trying to knock destructible environments, because it did. It threw brick, missed her, but it hit like this village hut behind her and just completely crushed it. But yeah, it just genuinely looked really good. It's definitely on my radar. It's something I'm gonna look for.
If they do it well, it'll be Sony's new IP, and they'll bring it. Yeah, they'll bring a new one out every 2 years or something.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think they've got a good chance with this game if they do it right. But that's now been pushed back though, so that is in February. They then showed off Detroit. It's either Become Human or Becoming Human. This is Quantum Dream with like the Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. Again, this in typical fashion looked beautiful.
Yeah. It looked awesome.
Multiple ways of doing stuff and multiple outcomes.
I think they did their job with that. In terms of, I was not interested in this game at all, and then I've seen this trailer, now I am, and I want to play it right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the multiple ending thing was great. It's basically you're like an AI, like robot, like thing, aren't you?
Android.
Yeah, you're an android. Yeah, that's the way it was like. Well, thank you. You're an android, but it's basically being called in by like the police or whatever to sort out cases. I guess we don't know too much on the story, but in this trailer, you were trying to talk down another android who had gone rogue. His ring was red as opposed to blue. He had a gun, he had the kid on top of this roof. You had to try and talk him down. He failed, but then it sort of...
Things could be different.
It showed you, like, this could have been different. And then it showed you him getting different clues and stuff like that. And then loads of different outcomes. It showed him trying to talk him down. And the guy was like, get rid of the helicopter. And you had the choice to get rid of it or not. So it was just you two chatting. There was one where he shot the android... and the kid was okay, but he'd obviously shot the android. There was another one, he talked the android
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, you can do one where everyone survives.
And you were like, yeah, it's a good ending. And then he got shot. There was like cops and stuff.
Maybe not.
On like the top of another building.
It was like the second I said that though. Yeah, good ending. Boom. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Good ending.
No,
and he was like, you lied to me. I was like,
yeah. Press start. Rewind.
No, I'm not a bad guy.
An ending. No way.
I'm not a good guy.
Yeah, that looked good. Definitely did the job. I'm definitely interested in that now.
Yes. That's one I marked down as I starred it. I starred basically everything that I was like, I want that. So I starred God of War. I starred Horizon Zero Dawn. I starred Detroit. They announced Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Remastered.
There's a hashtag
1,
going
2, and 3. Oh, is there?
Yes. We saved the Bandicoot.
Oh. Well, it's true though.
Yeah. I'm getting
a
this.
lot of Crash hype. Then Naughty Dog did their little thing, which I won't say in case it spoils stuff. But they did their little thing, which then got people again going, are we having a new Crash?
Yeah.
So the Crash hype was real. And yeah, now they've turned around. Activision have said, because you in the prediction, didn't you? You said Naughty Dog. But Activision are keeping it, but they've obviously decided to test the waters first by doing a remastered.
It's being made by an in-house studio by Sony. Activision are publishing it. So
Oh,
we don't
okay.
know who it is. Naughty Dog will be doing
But
it.
it's remastered from the ground up, they said, didn't they?
Ground up.
Death Stranding. This is Hideo Kojima's new title. He came down, we were like, oh yeah, we're going to see his stuff.
Disappointed.
His little walk, yeah, bless.
They said this whole thing which looked really cool. You could have sucked up the moment to walk down in a nice speed, but no, gunned it for the stage. Hi, the stairs are still going.
Still going down as if he's walking down it. It was very much like, is it in Billie Jean? Where Michael's like walking in the street and
the lights
it's lighting up where he's standing. That's basically what it was. But
it looked like Magneto.
He was out of time.
With the metal.
Yes, yeah.
But
he was out of time. He was walking too fast.
Yeah. So the illusion was broken, Kojima. Yeah. Good job.
But he announced Death Stranding, which is in part. Well, I say it's in partnership. It's not in partnership, but it's with Norman Reedus.
Yeah, he's
the main guy.
Working with Kojima.
That looked ridiculously real. Like
this is. I don't believe that game is anywhere near.
Oh no!
We're not going to see that from 2018, 2019, probably 2020.
I reckon that has just been built just to show them that this is the name of the game.
Yeah, and
this is who it features, and it's going to be weird as hell.
Yeah, we know that, don't we? They could have left it till next year easily, or at least.
But again, it goes back to the thing of: do you announce something even though you haven't done anything just for the hype? Or do you wait until you have concrete stuff?
Well, yeah, because like someone else said before, like every year now you're going to get someone going, "What happened to Kojima's game?" PSX comes out at GDC. Everyone's going to be going, "Can we see Kojima's game?" Because he's not going to have any room to breathe now because people know he's working with Norman Reedus on this game.
But I mean, it's curious. Like the trailer itself was.
Looked good. It looked interesting.
It made me think like, okay, well, what's the game? It didn't really tell us what the game was.
No.
But it made me go like, oh, this is interesting. Like, I want to see more.
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
The only reason why I thought horror is because of the way the titles kept bleeding and stuff.
Bleeding down, didn't it?
But a lot of people have said that, look at that weird stuff. If you look at the Metal Gear Solid announcements, a lot of them, the original, before we knew, like the Phantom Pain, for example, before we knew the Metal Gear, they all had them weird elements to it.
Yeah.
Where they could have been horror games, but then they ended up being... So it could be anything at this point.
It sort of reminded me of Life is Strange. Where, like, the dead whales and everything.
Yeah?
I was like, ooh, okay. But we'll see. We'll see. That's one thing, though, that I really want to see. Then I particularly went crazy. I was like, oh my god. I won't show you this because I don't think it will come up on camera. But I've just put in massive capitals on like quarter of the page. Spidey!
I didn't think it was real. Like you went, oh my god, no way. And I was like, no. They're just, no way. This is like Disney Infinity or whatever.
Yeah.
This, don't even bother. Like, I'm not getting excited for this. And then he came out and I was just like, I was frozen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
SpiderMan is real. PS4. It's not Sucker Punch.
Nope.
It's Insomniac.
That's a good thing.
I always enjoy Insomniac games.
They didn't Sunset Overdrive, which is good. I mean, that movability and that, they've learned from that. Ratchet and Clank.
I mean, from what it showed, it looks sweet. Like him going through the cafe and he was like jumping through the tables and
Oh my God.
flipping off that. That I was just like, oh my God, I need this game right now.
There is a developer thing talking about it.
Oh, okay.
I watched it last night. They've only said a couple of things about it. He's an older Peter Parker.
Okay.
So he's been like 2 or 3 years into it.
Oh, right, okay.
So he's very much like Batman in the Arkham games. He's experienced. He knows how to fight people. He knows what he's doing. It's not like a learning curve for him, which is how he's able to hop through the parkour things in the thing, which is cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah. I would have liked a newbie, but at the same time, that doesn't bother me. That would be great.
They said that the reason why they didn't do that is because this is a standalone story. It's not tied into the films. It's not tied into the comics in any way. This is their story.
Yeah.
And if they did a brand new kid where he's just starting off,
people might think it.
They'd be like, "Oh, well, it's just a homecoming thing, it's a spin-off," and it's not the case. So they've this is their own story, which is why they've done the spider. Because I was a bit like, I don't know if I like that costume.
Oh, I really liked it.
But the reason why they did that is because they wanted to show that this is their Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make a costume, this is how they would do it.
Yeah.
And I'm digging it.
It looked great. It looked really cool. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing more gameplay and stuff like that.
It's been in development for 4 years.
Has it really?
It's been in development for 4 years.
Well, you would assume if it's been in that long that it's going to be good.
It's going to be out next year, late next year. I'm so excited.
That's one thing I definitely want. I didn't star it, but the big capitals kind of make up for the fact that I want the game.
That's like 4 stars.
And I think it's just called SpiderMan, right? By the looks
They
of it.
haven't agreed on a name yet.
Oh, they have. That's what he said, did he?
Yeah, they've got internal names for it, but they're undecided, and they don't want to tag it with a name that they're a bit unsure about, just because they don't want to name it and then rename it and whatever. So they're going to wait until it's ready to go. Then they're all going to come up with a name.
So at the moment, hashtag Spidey PS4. Nintendo Live Treehouse yesterday showed off Pokemon stuff. Pokemon, the new. Oh, what's it called? I want to say it's like Fangoose or something. I can't remember what it's called now.
The one with the big smile.
Yeah, Fangoose, I think it's called.
Something like that.
There's basically a Mongoose, which I think is going to be like the new like Zigzagoon Rattata kind of thing. It's going to be the new like starting normal type. But he looks super cool. I liked him. And Pick-a-Peck, who is the beard that we do. Anyone who has been following Pokemon, we saw like a wireframe the very first time they announced Sun and Moon. That's him. He's the starting bird, by the looks of it as well. 2
more have been announced in Korokoro. Have you seen
yes,
the koala and the dog?
Oh my god, they look the cutest. Like, I'm one of these idiots that bases my team on who looks the cutest, as opposed to who's the strongest and all that stuff.
That's why we wouldn't have a battle. We wouldn't have a live stream battle because my Pokemon would... Like, I send out a Nidoking and he sends out, like, a Rattata.
Or a Molga. It's super cute.
But
they look cool.
That rock-type dog Pokemon, his name's going to change.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what he's called?
No.
Iwanko.
Oh yeah. I thought that's not. I thought you meant are they going to change?
No, his name's going to change.
That's what they're changing it to. Yeah, a Wanko. His name is a Wanko.
Iwanko.
Yeah.
He's a rock type, very stiff. Iwanko.
Not the best idea.
A kids game. A kids game, guys.
Yeah. He. I didn't know he was a rock type.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was like looking at this and I was like, really? Like.
But they showed off gameplay, which again, it looks fantastic. Every game now seems to look better and better. Originally, they tended to stick to the same thing. You added colour and all that, but now, like, this looks even better.
Yeah, the form has always been the same, and it's great. This game looks amazing. I'm so digging this.
And they announced Battle Royales.
Looks cool. Very cool.
So now 4 players battle at the same time, which apparently they said that they did it because of 1 or 2 YouTubers who had suggested it.
Oh, right.
So they've actually taken a couple of YouTubers' idea and done it. So good for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's 4 people. You get 3 Pokemon each, I think.
Whoever delivers the final blow to Pokemon wins.
So you basically have to strategy. You have to defend yourself while attacking other people. Yeah. So yeah, it looks really cool. I'd be interested to see that in actual.
It was all Poplio in the main thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to see Rowlet. That's who I want to
see. I wanted to see Litten.
Oh, you saw Lytton a bit.
Well, yeah, but
Interesting thing about Lytton.
Rowlet did take out Poplio.
Yeah, it did. Awesome. My boy. Interesting thing about Lytton, when he was fighting him in the story bit, when he was doing the whole thing, he was battling Lytton, he had unlocked a psychic move, which was not effective against Lytton.
Oh yeah, they've revamped the like HUD as well. So now the moves actually specify if they're effective
Or not effective.
or just normal. Which I think is really good. Like, I assume there's probably a way to turn it off.
I prefer that. The amount of times I've used like a Gengar and I've gone like, all right, this is Ghost type. I'm going to do this attack, and and it's done it. And they've gone, oh, it's not effective. Really? But
I think for hardcore players, there might be the option to turn it off. And for new, I mean, it's helpful for new people, isn't it? So, and then we saw
Zelda,
Legend of Zelda, which is called Breath of the Wild, which is an interesting title. I didn't expect it to be a title. I thought it was just going to be Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, they said that.
But I suppose because it's on NX, you can't really call it Wii U.
No, I mean, they said that they normally name their games after an item or a specific character. But in this, the whole new thing is the world. So that's why they called it.
It looks just... There's no words. I just was watching it like, this is just stunning. Like, I really, really want to play it.
It looks good.
I know you had some concerns.
Yeah, I did.
They've
changed. It's more like Monster Hunter now, and like I wasn't digging that. Like I like I said to you, like it looks good. I probably would still play it. I just preferred it the old way because that's Legend of Zelda to me. Like they had a winning formula, don't change it.
But again, like I said to you, then they do tend to change things often. Like whether it's the art style and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is drastic though.
Yes, it's a much bigger change. But as they were saying when they were showing it on the treehouse, was that veterans and stuff, you can now go into a dungeon, you basically know what you're doing straight away. So they wanted to make it different so that you don't, because they've changed so much. You're not going to go in and instantly go, oh, that's that, that's that, that's that, that's that. Right, let's do it. You're now going to go like, okay, what am I doing now? You said about the fact that you don't like collecting the weapons and stuff and change it. You like the old way where you go into
I
a
got
dungeon.
a sword and I got a shield, right? I got a wooden shield, so that's not going to be good against fire, so I need to get a metal shield. I like that. But this one's like, I got a sword, oh, but now it's broken, so now I got to go...
No. You said to me, you like that going in the dungeon you get
a new item.
New item. But as I said to you, those items tend to only be specific for that dungeon then. You do get some that carry on, but for the most part, those items tend to be specifically for that dungeon, and then you don't really use them again.
Yeah.
With this, you're collecting stuff, so they openly said that you can fight Ganon, or the main boss, with different weapons, and depending on your gameplay style. So it's going to be good, because people might go a different way about beating bosses. I'm assuming there's going to be certain ways, where they've got weaknesses which you love to exploit. But, for the most part, you could fight differently. The clothing is completely changed.
Yeah.
He said you could go through the game fighting Ganondorf...
naked.
Well, not naked, but in, boxer shorts at the end. But it was also... And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. You're just looking at how you want to look. But then they showed off... I don't know if you saw it. They showed off stuff again in later in the evening. And they were in, a cold area. And he was wearing stuff. But when they took it off and put him in different clothes, he was like that, shaking, and he was losing health. So it's pretty much going back to Ocarina, where, when you're in the fireplace, you had to have the fire tunic.
Yeah, it looks cool.
So there's specific items and stuff, which are, cold resistant and all this stuff. So there's still that kind of element.
I just think that Monster Hunter is huge in Japan, and I think that they've gone there and gone, right, we're gonna do stuff we've taken from that game. And I don't think they needed to do that. I think Legend of Zelda is way bigger than that.
I always, whether they change stuff, yes, I'm always a bit reluctant to start with, but they've never let me down. I've always enjoyed them.
Once, for me.
I know you had your problems with the Skyward Sword, but I'm not getting disheartened by the change. I'm welcoming it. It looks amazing. The gameplay they showed, I was like, alright, it's going to be better when I'm in control of it. Because... There's certain games where you're watching people play and you're like, yeah, it looks good, but...
Yeah, this is what I said to you. Like, a game like that, you need to play by yourself, because I was bored watching it, because it's just like a game like that is so vast and so like...
And I think because they weren't doing anything in specifically, they were just sort of running around the same area, just doing the same thing, just to show you what was going on.
If it was them doing a dungeon, for example, and showing how different things can do different I don't know, whatever, I would have been way more interested in that. But it was just him walking around the field, and I was a bit like, oh, come on.
But ultimately, you happy with E3 this year?
Yeah, I wasn't before yesterday. I was a bit like, oh, the only good one was Microsoft, and then Sony came out, you know, shotgun blast in the air, and showed us how to do it, and yeah, very, very pleased.
Cool. Well, again, if you want to follow us on Facebook and stuff like that, any more news that we hear that we're really excited about, we'll end up posting on that anyway. But yeah.
I'm going to say this on the record as well, I'm expecting a Final Fantasy delay.
For 15?
Just saying this right now. They've had so much negative backlash after E3, I'm expecting a delay. Honestly, I call it right now.
I think the negativity was that guy couldn't play the freaking game.
I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of people, especially on Reddit, going mad about how they've cancelled pre-orders.
Oh.
I'm expecting a delay.
You heard it here first. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, thumbs up. Comment below. Let us know if you've been watching E3 stuff, what you're excited about, or what you've just thought about the whole conference as a whole. Any additional stuff you wish to say before we...
No, I think that's it from me.
Cool. So yeah, thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, look after yourselves. Peace!